thought we'd do something a little different this month, and I'd show you a little bit about what goes into producing a magazine on a monthly basis. It's a very complex and collaborative effort that has a lot of pieces to it that don't usually come together until the last minute. So we're in the middle of putting together the August issue, and we've just finished July. So I can show you what a finished issue looks like up on the wall, and I can show you what a couple of issues look like under construction. So follow me. Come on. Here we have Amy Wong. She's at the wall. Amy is our executive editor.
One of them, anyway. One of them.
This is July. You're going to hear about the cover of July a little later in this video, but it's a specially put together patriotic quilt that we commissioned just for the cover of July Guideposts this year. And we put the issue up every month on the wall, which is so we can all see it, so everybody can come and look and give their input, and everybody has an opinion, and everybody's got a way to make it better. And it goes on like this for a month until we finally let go of it and ship it to the printer. So this is our finished issue. This is July. And Amy, you want to take us through a little bit of the issue?
Sure. Yeah, and I was going to add to what you had said before. I mean, it's kind of fun to go through the hallway during the course of an issue, because you'll see the layout goes up, and first it only has a headline and maybe some of the photos, and then this text gets filled in, and then we pull out the pull quotes, and they get chosen, and it all slowly but surely comes together.
And it's always changing. You'll see, you'll come by like 3 days in a row, and the story will have a different title on it each day. So it's really, it's an incredibly organic process to put a magazine together. And it has just, I can't tell you how many pieces go into a magazine, and how someone like Amy or Rick Hamlin, who you've met before, have to stay on top of so many different details. It's unbelievable. I just couldn't do it if I had to. So do you have a favorite story?
Yes,
this month?
There's a couple.
Okay.
It's hard to pick just one, but this is definitely one of my favorites. It's about Meb Keflezighi, who won the New York City Marathon last fall, and he has an amazing story, and I think it really speaks to me because I'm the child of immigrants, and he's an immigrant who, you know, came to America with nothing, and his family, I mean, I can totally relate to how his dad worked 3 jobs and was constantly making sure that the important thing for him was that all the kids went to school, got a good education, and then became citizens. And his parents sounded a lot like mine, where they worked really hard and really emphasized education, and it was really important that we do well in school above all else. And I think he has 10 siblings. Every one of them has gone to college and gone to succeed in life at whatever they chose to do and achieve their own dreams.
So I agree. This is one of the best stories in the issue, and I didn't know anything about Meb until one of our editors brought him to our attention. And it's just, I mean, it's the perfect type of story for the 4th of July, because it shows you what the American dream really is. What I'd like to show you now is 2 issues, or an issue and a half, that's under construction. So we're going to give you a really sneak preview of the August issue of Guideposts. You know I love dog stories, so this is a really crazy dog story. This is a dog called Dee Dee, who's a Jack Russell Terrier, who accompanies a long-haul trucker on all his road trips. And Dee Dee, who's very adventurous and energetic, if you've ever known a Jack Russell, gets loose at a truck stop at one point and disappears. And this big truck driver is crying like a baby, practically. And it's about the prayer that helped him resolve this disappearance. We won't tell you anything more. I don't want to ruin the story. But you know, it's Guideposts, so it's got to have a happy ending. So, Amy, thank you very much for helping me explain this. Oh, by the way, this is September. And for baseball fans, you know, Brad Lidge, the closer for the Philadelphia Phillies, he is going to be one of our stories. And we've got a couple other really good ones. This is about a mother dealing with, I love the deck. I'm going to give you the deck on this story. How could I find time to be thankful for my blessings when my blessings were driving me crazy? And it's about a young mother who has her children home for the summer from school, and what an adjustment that is for her. So anyway, thank you, Amy. Thank you for showing us the wall. And if you come with me, I'm going to show you something else. Oh, look, we did get lucky. Here she is. This is Colleen Hughes. She's the editor-in-chief of our Angels on Earth magazine, which is celebrating 15 years in publication this year, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And she, too, has a wall. And this is her wall. How long have you been with the magazine?
Oh, for the entire time Angels on Earth has been around, and in fact, years before that at Guideposts. So I think it's a total of like 23.
Colleen and I came to the magazine at pretty much the same time.
Yep.
I was a little more senior when I came, and I still am. But
And I'm younger.
yes, but you can't tell. So Colleen has a wall too, and like Guideposts, the magazine is a collaborative process that takes a lot of people's talents and energies to get each issue off the ground. And this is your, which issue?
This is the July-August issue of the magazine.
Tell us a little bit about what Angels on Earth is, and then a little bit about your issue and some of your favorite stories.
Okay, well, Angels on Earth is a magazine much like Guideposts in that we tell first-person true stories from real people. We talk to them all, get to know these people very well, become friends with many of them. And we put together issues. I love July, August because it's the summer. Summer's my favorite time of year. I hope you could tell just by looking at these pages all over the place by the colors and the brightness and the flowers and the birds that this is a summertime issue. And we're always thinking of that, you know, the feeling that we want you to have the minute you open the magazine should be a real one, and it should relate to your life that very day. So if it's summer outside, you'll be seeing summer inside the magazine.
But how do angels come into play here? I mean, I see some angels, but
angels come into play in ways that we never dreamed they would when we first started the magazine 15 years ago. We put together a few stories. We thought we had covered every kind of angel that anybody could imagine without being repetitious. We were quite proud of ourselves. And then once the magazine launched and it went out to the world, you told us about so many more types of angels and what you believe belongs in an angel magazine that we ever dreamed of. So the imagination for this magazine really comes from people like you, real people who've had these mysterious experiences of all different kinds. I mean, every day I'm amazed by a new story that comes in the mail telling me about a new, you know, kind of angelic experience.
first of all, I noticed that there's a lot of illustrations, far more than we generally use in Guideposts. So you could talk a little bit about that. And also, I don't see a lot of angels. I mean,
No.
I see some, but it seems like there are other ways.
You don't look hard enough.
Oh, yes, I do.
So it's a magazine full of surprises. And the surprise to us, the biggest surprise, was that angels come in lots of different forms. They come in ways that you would not even, maybe a literal-minded person would not think to call such a certain experience angelic.
So tell me about, this is called Kids and Angels. Now, what is that about?
Well, it was something that we, you know, kids and angels always go together. I mean, it's the relationship, you know, whether it's a child saying something that you can't imagine how she knows this. Somebody from upstairs, one of the ad people, were telling me a story just the other day. It was someone new coming in, wanting to learn about the magazine, and as we talked about it, she said, you know, the weirdest thing happened to me. She's Italian. The little niece, who was like 2 years old, said this Italian phrase, and it was a phrase that the grandmother always said in Italian, but this child was too young ever to have known that grandmother. But you know, the whole family felt the presence of that grandmother, and of course, who knows? It was just a complete mystery how that little child repeated something.
So these are these short little stories about
yes,
kids?
different ways that kids either, you know, have a guardian angel protecting them. A terrible car accident, and the child said it felt like an angel wing surrounded me.
Now, what I see here is a vision of a cat.
Yes. Well, you know, that cat was kind of an angel to this couple who, they're trying, you know, young couple trying to make it. None of their plans are working out. They wanted a dog. They wanted to live in the country.
So a cat can be an angel?
Yes.
A dog can be an angel?
Yes. Even though I'm a cat owner, I would open that up to dogs as well.
So this is a gorgeous illustration. Are these illustrations original for the magazine?
Yes, they are. We hire artists from all over the world, illustrators from all over the world to you know, bring these stories to life. And we talk. We have a meeting, an art concept meeting, where we figure out what the best way to show a story visually, to get that the whole feeling that we want you to have in reading the stories in the magazine. We want you to give you hints about what to imagine and what's the picture that best sort of represents the true story we're going to tell.
Let's look at your cover. Tell me a little bit about what this represents.
Well, that's it's a great story because it's one of those mysterious stories. There's no answer. We don't know what happened. We imagine that it was an angel.
Well, it looks like a lifeguard to me.
Yes. Well, this young woman was she's feeling lonely. She's making some new friends at work, and she goes on a water rafting trip with people that she doesn't know very well, and she's feeling very alone. And she notices this handsome guy who's in a tube near her. It's a great story. You're going to love to read it. I won't ruin the ending for you.
Well, I think that if you love Guideposts, you'll love Angels on Earth magazine just as much. Hold your magazine up. And if you'd love to have a subscription to this publication, you can do so at guidepost.com.